Okay guys, we're going to go on with the next step of our Zellige tiles, and hopefully you've come up with a design that you like. Well, now we need to test whether this is going to look any good once we put 4 of them together. So rather than making up a tile, printing it, then it doesn't look great, this is a little technique we can use to see if our design looks alright. So you're going to get a piece of photocopy paper and you're going to fold it into 4. I like to open it up. You get a neater fold if you actually fold it into 4. Okay, so there's our piece of paper folded into 4. And then what we're going to do, we're going to decide which corner we would like in the middle. Now, here's our line of symmetry. You can pick one of these two. Don't do these yet. Let's do one of these two. I'm going to pick, I think I'm going to pick this one to go in the middle. So that little oval there is going to remind me that always has to go in the middle when I'm tracing, because what we're going to do now, we're going to slide this underneath. I don't know if you can see this, but I'm going to line up the edge of my tile with the line in the middle. You don't need to be super lined up here, but then what you're going to do is you're going to trace your design. I am going to speed this up so that you don't have to sit here and watch me do all of this. Okay, so you may have noticed while I was tracing that I was lifting up and just checking. You might be able to, some days it's easier to see through the paper, some days it's harder. So I was lifting up and checking, I've done all of that. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to move my paper and I'm going to line this up again, making sure it's lined up. Okay, and I'm going to trace my second one. I bet you guys wish you could speed up like I do when I do this on the video. Unfortunately, I can't do that in real life. Here we go. Okay, well that's 2. We're sort of getting an idea for what's happening here, so we're getting this nice effect here. Let's do a third one. Okay, so I've done 3 of these. I don't actually have to do 4 because I could just fold the paper back on this one and slide it in here, and I can get a fair idea of what my design is going to look like. Can you see that? That looks pretty cool. But remember, we can rotate these around. So once I've done this, I'm going to cut this very carefully through the centre. And very carefully through here. And don't cut this one. Leave this one with little bits on the side. We're going to need that later. But you're going to cut these ones down. Try and cut them fairly straight, because now what you can do with these is you can check whether all your sides work. So let's have a play. So let's have a play with this. I'm going to fold the other side of this down. If you need help with this folding, just come and get me so we can make up. Okay, so here's one. So let's see what happens when I put this shape in the middle. Oh, that looks good. Now, I know that I've used the corners when I drew this because this matches up. See how all my sides match and it makes a new shape? Okay, so let's turn it so we've got these ones in the middle this time. Oh wow, look at that. Then we've got another shape. So that's 2 designs we've made. Oh, this paper's it's got a bit of a mind of its own. So there we go. There's our, okay. And then of course we can go back to the one we did that we traced, and there's our 4th design. So the reason why we do this is to see if we like our design and to check that we're matching up. Okay, if these edges aren't matching up and you've got this sort of thing happening, it means that you didn't follow go to the corners. Because if this one's not at this corner, then it won't match up with this side. Can you see that? So that's why it's very, very important, especially on the outside, that you always go to the corners when you're drawing your design. Well, I'm really happy with that design. So now it's time to go on to the next step, and that is to make our actual block.